of the things that I purchase every time they're presented on QVC because we don't get them a lot. This is a special occasion. We're bringing you your choice today between 16 or 36 2-ounce filet medallions. The king of all steaks, filet mignon, perfectly sized. These are tender, juicy, melt in your mouth. Let's talk about your options. You can do 16 of those 2-ounce fillets for $109.98, 5 easy payments of $22 and free shipping and handling, or stock up and save almost $55, double the amount of filet mignon. Bring home 32 of those 2-ounce fillets for $164.98, 5 easy payments of $33. Simple, easy. They cook so beautifully and quickly. It's M86121. Chris Mincer is joining me once again, of course, professionally trained chef that's part of the Rastelli's group. Chris, these are one of my very favorite things you bring to the queue. Let's talk all about them.
Chelsea, it's filet every day. I think I'm going to have a T-shirt made that says filet every day.
I'll wear that
because
shirt.
that's what this is. This gives the opportunity to have real delicious filet mignon every single day without having any guilt or having any concern about how to cook it, etc., etc. It is so easy. It's so simple to do at home. So for everyone that gets so nervous about buying a filet mignon that normally would be $50 or $60 at a restaurant, right? I mean, I'm not sure the last time, Chelsea, you had filet mignon, but it's usually what, market price or something crazy like that?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Right? So what I love about this, like you just mentioned, when this comes on, we don't get this that often. And I'm going to show you why we don't, because it's so limited that for every filet mignon that we have, we only get 2. So I want everyone to understand what a filet mignon of beef is. This is what a whole filet mignon of beef is. And what we do is we cut it here. This is the netted filet roast that we do on QVC during the holidays, right? So that gets put aside. This is the center cut. This is what goes out to those 5, 6, 7, 8 ounces to those fine restaurants, right?
Right.
That's what goes to this beautiful center cut. And the reason they want that center cut, Chelsea, is because they're concerned about plate presentation, how it looks, right, to the customer. So they get top dollar for this. But right here, this little piece left, which is, look, it's still part of the filet mignon. It's right next to the center cut. What we do is we cut the 2-ounce pieces off here, right? Those 2-ounce filet medallions come right off here, right? So you're going to get a couple, just like 2 or 3 per filet. And then this becomes our tail or our tips, so we do the filet tips. So, and that gets cut like this, and we have the chunks. But all you're going to be getting is 2 to 3 of these beautiful medallions. And Chelsea, we only offer these medallions to our QVC family. We don't have these at the butcher shop. You can't come into our butcher shop and get these at the butcher shop right now.
You know what I think is so special that I really like as well, Chris, is that they are edible end to end. There's no fat, there's no gristle. When I get these home too, so they're 2-ounce fillets. Usually if I'm making dinner, I'll have 2 of the 2-ounce. So I'll have a 4-ounce total. And then for my husband, he can have 6 or even 8, depending on how hungry he is. It really is that perfect vehicle. Like you said, filet every day. I am such a beef eater. You're going to have this for lunch as a steak salad or sliced on a bun, or that center of the plate, like kind of like steakhouse experience in the evening as well.
And you're getting, again, like you just mentioned, you're getting that same quality filet that you get at the finest steakhouses, but it's just in a 2-ounce, like this is like a 2-ounce steak. I mean, because these are so thick, as you can see on the board here, but they are the same steak that we get from our farmers in the Midwest that we've been dealing with, again, 49 years. And these are aged for 28 days. They're Black Angus. They come to the butcher shop. We age them for 28 days. After they're aged, we take all the fat, all the gristle, all the insinuation, everything comes off, and what you get is these beautiful fillets, beautiful medallions that you can eat from end to end.
They're so perfectly trimmed. They're perfectly sized. There's nothing on them you don't want, like fat or gristle. You can eat them end to end. All you've got to do is decide, do you want to bring home 16 today for $109.98, 5 easy payments of $22, or stock up and save almost $55 a day. Double the amount of filet mignon. Don't double that price. You're bringing home 32 today for 5 easy payments of just $33. We don't offer auto delivery on this, Chris, because as you just told us earlier, you only get 2 or 3 of these medallions from every side of beef. So this is truly like a special occasion when we have them. Now is the time to give us a call, 1-800-500-7590. Talk to me, Chris, about how easy these are to prepare.
Okay, they are so simple. So what you're going to do is that this is something that you're going to cook from thawed, right? So you're going to take these out, and they're 2 ounces, so they're going to thaw very quickly. If you forget to take them out, you can put them in a cold running water with a bowl of water with cold running water, and they'll thaw out within like 10 minutes. If you take them out the night before, they'll be ready to go. And all you're going to do is take them out of the package. Again, I always say taking them out of the package is like the hardest part, because these are vacuum sealed to lock in all the freshness. They will last 12 months. But once you get them out, what I do is I take a little olive oil. I put an olive oil on both sides. I sprinkle it with a little bit of the seasoning. You can go to the grill. You can go to the griddle. You can go to your Blackstone, however you like to cook. I mean, it's going to take literally no more than 2 minutes on each side. And that's why I always say fillet every day, because here's something that you can do at home that's going to take literally minutes to have a beautiful fillet. In that little video that we just showed of the fillet, these are another item that if they get cooked a little bit more, a lot of people don't like medium rare or medium, and I know we always show them in that fashion, but this is something that's absolutely so tender, because the filet mignon is a muscle that is actually hitchhiking. It's not actually being used, so it's just along for the ride. So it's so tender that if you want something that's a little bit cooked medium to medium well, you're still going to have a delicious, flavorful, tender steak. And you can see here, and here's a steak that's a little bit more medium, right? You can see the juices coming out of that steak still. You can see how beautiful that is. And that's something that I know when we're on air a lot of the times, you know, David loves it just like that. He'll put his little sprinkle on there, and it's just, it just melts in your mouth. And that's because we start with the very best. We're using Black Angus that's actually aged for 28 days. And Chelsea, that aging process, it's the natural enzymes that are mingling with that protein, and it breaks it down, and it makes a tender piece of meat even more tender and more flavorful. And that's why we do it. That's why we put the time and love into every piece of meat that we serve our guests at QVC.
So for almost 50 years, Rastelli has perfected the art of bringing the highest quality premium meats and seafood to your doorstep. We are so lucky because this is the only place, QVC, that they bring those filet medallions. And like Chris said, the best of the best. This is the king of all steaks, filet mignon, and not just filet mignon, it's Black Angus filet mignon. Those 2-ounce portions to me are so perfectly sized, melt in your mouth, tender and juicy and edible from end to end. I picked up a 32 count because this is one of our favorite things, Chris, that we keep in our freezer at home. Again, those busy days that we all have all the time, you have a choice. You can go through a drive-through and regret it and spend a lot of money on food that doesn't make you feel good, or come home and in the matter of minutes, you could have that restaurant quality 5-star filet mignon experience. You're getting either the 16 or the 32 count today. You're getting that signature seasoning, and I want to point out something that Rastelli's does that I love is that's a resealable little pouch for that signature seasoning. That's that beautiful blend of salt, pepper, and garlic and onions. So it just is absolutely delicious on everything. Simple, easy, quick cooking as well. And Chris, you're kind of showing us there. When we think steak, we always think of a traditional like steak and a potato, but there's so many ways to use this as well.
There really is. And I was showing the Chelsea dinner plate right here, which is the 2 medallions. But if your husband wants a little bit more, you can put 3. So now you're looking at a 6-ounce portion. If you're going to do a 6-ounce center cut steak that I showed you earlier at a restaurant, it's going to be market price. So that's why I always say that this is like steak every day. But I just took one of these little medallions and I sliced it up, and I got 6 slices out of 1 medallion. And I'm going to throw that right on a salad because I want a little bit of protein for that salad, right? But that's just 1 medallion. How about this? This is a little trick that I do. You take the medallion after it's cooked, right? I turn it on the side, Chelsea, and I cut it in half just like this, right? So now I have 2 pieces, okay? 2 beautiful pieces here. How about putting this on a slider now?
Oh, that's great. Then you've got a steak sandwich.
You have a nice steak sandwich. How about if you're entertaining, okay, and you slice these down, and you want to have a little bit of appetizers, right? You're having some company over, they're just stopping in for some cocktails. You slice this down. This goes so nice on a little bit of bruschetta, right? With steak and tomato. I mean, these are all things that you don't have to feel guilty about using this for, because you're not using that center cut, but you're still getting that filet mignon. So when you actually get this, right, and you eat these little bruschetta toast, they're going to melt in your mouth. You're going to take a bite of that, and that's just going to break in your mouth. It's not going to pull off the bruschetta like a tough steak would do. So there's just so many different things you can do. I also make kebabs out of these. I'll take when they're raw.
Oh, yeah.
I will take them and I'll cut them in cubes. But again, like, you have so much versatility with this. You can cook it to medium rare. You can cook it to medium. You can do medium well, as you see on the screen. And it's going to come out juicy, delicious, and it's going to literally be like butter, because it's that Black Angus. It's aged for that 28 days.
Oh, wow.
And it's trimmed from end to end. You're not going to get any fat, any gristle, and it's going to be so enjoyable when you get it home. And it's easy. It's so simple. 2 minutes on each side, you're done from thawed.
You just read my mind, because I was going to say, Chris, I always cook mine in a cast iron skillet. How do you do yours at your house?
So I do it different, because I actually have this. I have steak and eggs with this. So I will do the same thing that you're doing. I'll take a skillet and I'll pan sear these. And as I pan sear it, I'll actually move it to the side of the pan, and I'll throw scrambled eggs or fried eggs in with it, because it's going to cook that fast. I also like them on the grill. I like them on kebabs, because you can cut these in nice chunks and stick them on a kebab. We actually had that for Mother's Day. We did filet mignon kebabs, and we actually used these, and they were absolutely delicious. I used a little bit of the Rastelli steak sauce for the marinade, and I just tossed them and I put them on the grill, and they were done in like 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so incredible. If you're like me and you dream about filet every single day, this is the way to do it. The value is incredible, because you're bringing home the king of steaks, filet mignon, but because they're only 2 to 3 per side of beef, we don't get these very often. So this is a unique opportunity to bring home either the 16 count for $109.98, 5 easy payments of $22, or the 32 count today for $164.98, 5 easy payments of $33. Stock up and save almost $55 by doubling the amount of filet mignon without doubling the price. But I need to tell you, those easy pays go away at the end of the day. Edible end to end, no gristle, no fat, nothing that you don't want. They cook so easily and quickly. You do want to thaw them before you cook them. I just do maybe like 2 or 3 minutes per side in my cast iron skillet. I toss on a little of that signature steak seasoning that you're receiving as well. You are just minutes away from the most delectable, tender, and juicy steak dinner that you can have center of the plate, on a steak salad, on a slider, on a bun, steak and eggs like Chris mentioned. But now's the time you've got to place your order. 1-800-500-7590. That's the number you're going to call. It's M86121. Chris, are you back with us? Okay, I think we had lost Chris for the moment, but this is what I want to say. I don't have a pick of the show, but if I did, this would be it. Because I order this every time we present it, because we don't offer it on auto delivery. Because like I said before, there's only 2 or 3 per side of steak. So you're getting that filet mignon just in a perfectly portioned, individually pack. So you're getting 4 per vacuum pack, or I'm sorry, no, you're getting individual packs of the 2-ounce packages, so you can take out as many as you need. So when I make it, I use 2. So I have I have 2 2-ounce portions. For my husband Steve, he'll have 3, so he'll have 6 ounces. There's so many different ways to use them and enjoy them. The steak is tender, juicy, and absolutely melts in your mouth. Don't delay. Don't break your own heart by coming back later and they're gone. Call us to place your order, 1-800-500-7590. Stock up and save. Get that 32 count for that $33 easy pay. Take advantage of free shipping and handling. It's M861121. Okay, so now it's time to visit